Hello, welcome to the English course online. So first I apologise for having the course online, but we do our best in the situation. So I hope you are well. Now how can we do the course online? Well, we need the two books, like normal, comme d'habitude, like normal. We need the workbook for the exercises, the homework, okay? And we need the student's book. And we will do the course like we were in the classroom, more or less, okay, as we can. Okay, so you need the two books. Also, we have a resource. So under the video on my website, you have a link, a link to click, and the link is a sheet of paper like this. And on the sheet of paper, every week you will have some exercises, sometimes some vocabulary from the video, from the lesson, interesting vocabulary, and the homework for next week to remind you of the homework. Okay, and you can learn the vocabulary here. This is the vocabulary. Normally I write the vocabulary on the blackboard or on the whiteboard, and so we don't have a whiteboard. So here is the vocabulary to learn for next week, and I can test you on the vocabulary for next week. So, and if you have any problems, any questions, or something you don't understand in the homework, an expression, or something like that, don't hesitate to email me or call me. My email address, is danjbrown78@gmail.com. So don't hesitate to contact me if you need to talk. You should have the mystery sentence up here, if I remember, and try to decipher the mystery sentence for the end of the lesson. Okay, and I will reveal the mystery sentence like normal. Okay, now today is lots of vocabulary, but before we do anything else, I must just go out for a minute. Okay, 1 second. That's better. So, when we can't travel, we do our best. So, the first word today is quarantine. Quarantine. So it's similar to the French word with a different pronunciation. Now, but seriously, I hope everybody is okay, and I hope you have enough toilet paper for the days to come. Now, the homework from the last time was to read the story on the other resources page of the website. So the story was The Lady or the Tiger. Now, I have some questions for you about the story. So for the questions, stop the video, click on the link under the video. The link is for vocabulary, for the lesson, the vocabulary sheet. And just here on the vocabulary sheet, you have the questions for the lady or the tiger. So it's difficult to speak, so it's a good idea if you speak out loud. I know it's a little ridiculous, but we try our best. So read the questions on the sheet. So stop the video, read the questions, and think, what can I say in English to answer the questions? Okay, and try to speak out loud. Okay, so stop the video now. Okay, did you find the questions on the sheet? So the first question was, how can you describe the king? What words, what adjectives can you use? So remember, he was selfish, he's haughty, he's a tyrant, maybe. Okay. What happened if you opposed the king? What happened if you did something he didn't like? Well, you wouldn't live very long. You would be thrown in prison, thrown in jail, and eventually you would go to the arena. So was he a fair king? Was he a fair king, a just king? Not really. He wasn't. And so what was the system? How did he decide if you were innocent or guilty? Well, the system was the arena. So you were put in the arena. There were 2 doors in front of you. You could choose the door by chance, and from one door you had a vicious tiger, ferocious tiger, who would spring on you. That sprang on you. So spring is like jump, boing, spring, sprang, sprung. So the tiger would spring on you, and it would rip you to pieces. So rip, déchirer, it would rip you to pieces. And the other door, so if you opened the right door, you had, of course, the fair maiden. A fair maiden, a young girl, normally. It's a bit old to use the word maiden. So fair, so normally fair, like he was a fair king, is juste, équilibré, juste. But also remember, we have fair also for the colour of your hair or your skin. So light hair, fair hair, or light skin, fair skin. And an older sense for fair is also beautiful for a woman, or handsome for a man. So a fair maiden is a beautiful maiden, a beautiful girl. Okay, and it's a different question, but what happened if you were married? What is the system if you were married? Well, in the story, it didn't matter. It wasn't important if you had a wife and a family. It's not clear what happens. Maybe a divorce, maybe polygamy. We don't know. Okay, so can we describe the king's daughter? Yeah, so again, she was little given to kindness. She was unjust. She's not just. She was unfair, unjust. She was haughty, again, very haughty. Okay, and what did the king do to the princess's lover? Do you remember? Yeah, so like everyone, the king threw the lover in prison to go to the arena, in fact. Okay, now the king chose the most beautiful maiden in the kingdom for the trial. Why do you think he did this? Yeah, it could be jealousy, to make his daughter jealous, to make the young lover happy, to make the daughter jealous, as a punishment, punition, a punishment for the daughter, maybe. Different ideas. Okay, did the audience like the lover when he entered the arena? Yeah, yes they did. They probably, they cheered, they clapped, they applauded, probably. Okay, was the princess at the trial? Yes, she was. She was next to her father. Now, did the princess like the maiden the king had chosen? No, not at all. She was probably jealous. She thought they were exchanging glances, little looks, glances. Maybe she thought they were flirting with each other a little bit. Okay. And what secret did the princess know? She knew the secret of the two doors, in fact. And how did she make signal for her lover? She raised her right hand, so probably something like this, very secret. Now, the big question for you, your opinion, what came out of the door? Yeah. Different knows, was it the lady or the tiger? And why? So I don't know the answer. There is no answer. The majority of people say the tiger, because the princess was like her father. She was little given to kindness. She was jealous, selfish, etc. There are some clues. There are some clues in the text. But maybe, we don't know, maybe the princess guided him to the door with the maiden, and later she married him later. Maybe she killed the maiden and married him later. We don't know. But the majority of people say the tiger, but anything is possible. Okay, good. So we had some vocabulary in the text, lots of vocabulary. So we had a trial. So a trial c'est un procès. We also say a court case. A court case. Pour un procès. A court case c'est un procès au tribunal. A court case. So I am on trial, or I go to court. So I'm in court or on trial. A trial is also sometimes a test for a product. So a new drug, for example, a new drug is on trial. Si on fait un essai de quelque chose, it's on trial. Ou une preuve aussi is a trial. Okay, but normally un procès, a trial. So we had a maiden, so it's an old word, a maiden. Donc c'est une jeune fille, vierge, a maiden. We had a strange word, to mourn. There were mourners. To mourn. It's a strange word. Ça c'est pleurer quelqu'un. Après quelqu'un est mort, you mourn someone. So a mourner is someone who is very sad because someone has died. Juste for fair, c'est juste, équilibré. So fair for just, fair for hair, fair for skin. And older, fair is beautiful or handsome. Okay, it's not clear in the story. It's not clear what happens if a woman is accused of a crime. So we don't know. Okay, so that was the story. I hope you tried to say the answers out loud when you looked at the answers. Now, last lesson, it seems a long time ago. Last lesson, we looked at some expressions of discontent or expressions of annoyance. So there's expressions de mécontentement. It's expressions of discontent, expressions of annoyance. Can you remember any? Something with it makes. It makes me angry. Ça me rend en colère. It makes me angry when something happens. Or it makes me mad. Ça me rend fou. It makes me mad. It makes me crazy when something happens. You can also say drives instead of makes. You can say it drives me mad, it drives me crazy when something happens. We don't say it drives me angry. We say it makes me angry, it drives me mad, it drives me crazy. You can also say ça tape sur le nerf. You know, it gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves when something happens. Or ça m'embête. It annoys me. It annoys me when something happens. Or ça me gêne aussi. It bothers me. It bothers me when something happens. Or if you want to be more vulgar, the vulgar expression is it pisses me off. It pisses me off. But normally with more insistence. That's the vulgar one. Okay, so did anything make you mad recently? Apart from the problem with the virus, of course. Did anything make you mad? Did anything drive you crazy? Did anything bother you? Did anything annoy you recently? Well, listen to this. What is this? Ah. Yes, you know the sound. The telephone. So imagine someone telephones and they say, "Oh, good evening. Is that Mr. Brown? Oh, I just wanted to call you because we've got some very interesting new products for sale for insulation for the roof of your house. Do you have a minute?" "No, I don't have a minute. It's the middle of dinner." Okay, so this is what we call a cold caller. A cold caller. So the person is a cold caller, and the telephone call is a cold call. So it's a telephone call I don't want, normally at a time I don't want. This is a cold call from a cold caller. So, do they annoy you? Do cold callers annoy you? So I can say, it annoys me when I get a phone call at night from a cold caller, or cold callers annoy me. Cold callers make me angry. Cold callers drive me mad. Now, at the moment now, it is a very good time to do all of your telephone calls. And today, the lesson is for telephone vocabulary. So lots of vocabulary we use on the telephone normally. So, do you know the number for the emergency services in the UK? So the number in the UK is just one number, it's 999. 999. And in America, maybe you know from television, it's 911. 911. Okay, now, do you know the vocabulary for un ligne fixe? Pour m'appeler sur ma ligne fixe? It's called, we did this before in fact, it's called a landline. So I have my mobile number, or in America, my cell number, my mobile phone, my cell phone, or the landline number. So call me on my mobile, or call me on my landline. Okay, now, how do we normally say numbers? So we're going to, well, if you have your exercise book, so if you have the exercise book, so turn to page 85. You have page 85 in the student's book. So turn to page 85. 85 is this one. You can see. So this woman, probably works in a call centre. She's calling people, she's responding to problems. Now, we're going to listen to some audio now, so 10.12, just here. So you have some telephone numbers, some mobile numbers, some landline numbers. Okay, so just listen to how we say the telephone numbers now.
Tape script 10.12. On the phone.
077 00 9 00 333.
0049 021 37474.
0115 496 0499.
0800 142 2466.
Okay, so did you hear how we say the numbers? Normally, you can do what you want, but normally, so two numbers together, we say double. You can repeat the number, but normally we say double. So the first was O, not 0, O, 77 00 9 00. For three numbers, triple. So you can say 333, 333, or triple 3, as you like. But normally double or triple, we like these. Okay, so O, not 0, this is important. And the last number in the list is different. We say 0800 for this number. This is a different number because this particular number, this is the expensive telephone number. So when you call a service and the price of the line is very expensive, this is normally, well, it's more expensive. This is the number they use in England. It's 0800. So it's an 0800 number, it's more expensive normally. Okay, so we had the number, so 0, 00, 99, 0800. So this is how we normally say. We don't need to worry too much now because everyone has a mobile. We send texts with the number. It's okay. But it's good to practice numbers. It's always a good idea to practice numbers. When we say numbers, they're very fast, always very, very fast. It's a good idea to practice. So we're going to listen to some more audio now. So listen to the audio and write down the numbers. So make a note. Write the numbers that you hear. You have, I think, 4 different numbers maybe. So write down the telephone numbers, and it's very fast, but try your best. So listen one time. If you want to listen again, no problem. Stop the video at any point, and you have the audio file. You can listen to the audio on the link under the video on my website. So on the website, under the video, there's a link for tape script 10.13. You can listen 2 or 3 times. And when you are ready, start the video again. Okay? So listen now.
Tape script 10.13.
01632
960 200.
0207 946 0558.
029 2018 0763.
0061 44 501 277.
Okay, so did you manage? Were you able to find the numbers? Okay, very good. If you want the dialogue is always at the back of the book. For any audio exercise, at the back of the book, I think here this is on page 132, 132. You have the dialogue, you have the solution. Okay, so if you want the dialogue, turn to the back of the book. Okay, now we have so just to do some listening exercises today. We have 4 phone conversations to listen to. So you are going to listen to 4 phone conversations. And you can listen again, you can listen as many times as you want. You have the audio under the video. And can you listen now and make a note on a piece of paper. So I want to know who is calling, who is making a call, and who is answering, who is taking a call. So I call, I make a call, or I answer, I take a call. So who is the caller, who answers? So this is the first question, and the second question is, what is the reason for the phone call? What does the person want? Okay, so listen now, and if you want, click on the audio and listen again 2-3 times, and then we'll start again. Okay.
Tape script 10.14. 1. Brian and Adam.
Sorry, Brian, you're breaking up. I couldn't hear that.
I know, Adam, it's not a good line. But listen, I'm calling because I can't make it on Thursday. Are you free on Friday?
Friday? I'm not sure. Can I get back to you?
Sure, that's fine. Text me. Speak later.
2. Adam and Carol.
Hello, Carol. It's Adam. I'm trying to get hold of Brian.
I'm afraid he's not in. Have you tried his mobile?
Yeah, I tried that first, but he's not answering.
It's probably switched off.
Can you give him a message then?
Of course.
3. Emma, Donna, Flora.
I'm afraid Brian's line's busy. Would you like to hold?
Yes, please.
It's ringing for you now.
Thank you.
Hello, Brian Doyle's office. Flora speaking.
This is Emma Smith from Digby and Moss Associates.
Oh, good morning, Miss Smith. I'll put you through immediately.
4. Flora and Carol.
Hi, Flora. Can I speak to Brian, please?
Oh, I'm afraid he has someone with him at the moment. Is it urgent?
Just tell him Carol rang and I'll see him this evening.
Will do. I hope there isn't a problem.
Okay. Did you listen to the conversations? So who is making the call? Who is answering the call? What do the people want? So the first conversation, so Brian was calling Adam, and he wanted to change the time of a meeting. I think he said the expression he used was, "I can't make it." So I cannot come. I can't make it on Friday. I cannot come on Friday. Okay. So number 2, it was Adam calling Carol, and he wanted to leave a message for Brian. So number 3 was Emma Smith she called Donna. Well, she called Brian's office and Donna answered. Donna, I imagine, is on the first reception at the front desk. So she called the front desk. She wanted to speak to Brian. So then she was put through. So put in relation with, connected to Brian's office. But it wasn't the mysterious Brian who answered. It was Flora. Okay, and then finally Flora puts Emma through. She puts Emma through. She connects Emma to Brian's phone. Okay, and the last one is Carol. So Carol calls Flora. I think Flora works with Brian, or his secretary maybe. Brian is busy. He has someone with him. So she leaves a message. Okay, now on the page here, on page 85, you have the conversations. So if you haven't already completed the conversations, complete the conversations again. Okay, and you can look, like I say, you can look at the back of the book for the dialogue if you want the correction. So remember, page 132, you have the dialogue. So read again. It's a really good idea. It's a really good idea to try to memorize the conversations and practice with someone at home. It can be fun, but try to memorize and repeat out loud the conversations because it's difficult to practice our speaking when we are not together. So an alternative is to learn, scripts, dialogues by heart. So try to learn the script by heart. It's a good exercise to do, and practice with someone at home if you have time. And just for some expressions in the text, because today is a vocabulary lesson. So did you find any strange expressions? Yeah, so maybe, again, we had to make it. So if I say, I couldn't make the meeting, because I couldn't go to the meeting. Or you can use it with a train or a plane. So I need to make the 8 o'clock train is I need to catch the 8 o'clock train. So to make it means to go, to arrive on time for something. I need to make it on time, to arrive on time. Okay, we have the expression to get hold of someone. So I'm trying to get hold of Bob, my friend Bob. So c'est joindre quelqu'un, contacter quelqu'un. So I'm trying to get hold, saisir, to get hold of Peter. I'm trying to contact Peter. So can I get hold of Peter? Can I talk to Peter? Can I find Peter? So rappeler quelqu'un, do you remember? Rappeler quelqu'un. It's to call someone back or to get back to someone. So Brian, Bob, Peter, Brian will call you back, call someone back. So he will call you back later today. Or can I call you back later today? Or get back to someone, it's the same. So Bob will get back to you. So the person at the end. So can you tell Bob to get back to me? Get back to me, to call me back. So remember they said, I'll put you through to Brian's office. Je vous passe, je vous connecte. I will put you through, ou mettre en relation. I will put you through to someone. Now, and then of course, appeler quelqu'un, appeler quelqu'un. There's two verbs normally. We say we ring someone, or give someone a ring. So I am going to ring Bob, or I rang Bob yesterday, or Bob rang me yesterday, or who has just rung? Who has just rung? So the verb to ring is ring, rang, rung. Ring, rang, rung. Téléphoner quelqu'un. Or you can say just simply to call someone. So I called Bob, or Bob called me yesterday. I call someone. Okay, faire patienter quelqu'un. So attendez s'il vous plaît. This is to so hold please. So the verb is to hold. Tenir. We say to hold. So please hold. Attendez s'il vous plaît, or patientez s'il vous plaît. So hold please. Voilà. Or mettre quelqu'un en attente. Mettre quelqu'un en attente. This is to put somebody on hold. So can I put you on hold for a minute? Okay, or maybe yesterday the receptionist put me on hold for a long time. Or I called free to talk about my telephone subscription, abonnement, my subscription, and I was put on hold for a long time. Okay, and do you remember we talked before? So what is une ligne fixe? Une ligne fixe was a landline, remember? And do you know, it's different, it's not in the text, but do you know composer un numéro? So taper un maintenant, so it's to dial. So I dial a telephone number. So dial 1 now, dial 2 now, or press 1 now, press 2 now, etc. So une messagerie vocale. So this is my voicemail, a messagerie. So I left a message for Bob on his voicemail. And there's one more expression in the text. I think the very last line with Flora and Carol, the last line, conversation number 4, they say, will do. So this is I will do it. It's the short version for I will do it. Je vais le faire. Okay, so lots of telephone vocabulary to learn. So for next week, so the homework is different this week. So this week you have the sheet with all of the telephone vocabulary and some more vocabulary from today. So try to learn the vocabulary, and if you want a good exercise, something good to do, try to learn the telephone conversations by heart. It's a really good way to learn the vocabulary. Okay, now next week we're going to talk about your favourite subject, the present perfect. Again, yes, okay. So please visit the site next week and do the lesson. Okay. So, and also the second part of the homework, can you imagine 2 questions for me, but I want questions that start with how long. So imagine 2 questions for me with how long, and we're going to talk about the structure of questions with how long next week. Okay, so and you have the homework is here on the sheet as well. You have the homework here. Okay, and if you have any problems, remember, don't hesitate to to email me or call me. Email me on my email address. So it's danjbrown78@gmail.com. And if you found the mystery sentence, it was the hand gel inventor must be rubbing his hands together right now, or maybe We don't know. Okay. So I hope you like the course. Please come again next week. And above all, good luck and take care of yourself. And don't go crazy in your house. Okay. See you soon. Bye bye. I'm going to go down.